Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, hey Team Canada fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary. Welcome to Clay's Team Canada Commentary for Monday night, February the 17th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight, daily Team Canada insight, at least for the next 4 days. Yes, subscribe right now for all the insight that you need that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I hope you had a great family day. I hope you had a great family day weekend. Thanks to everyone who joined me last night for my show. I actually forgot to give away 5 memberships. I usually give away 5 memberships the first and third Sundays of every show, but other people were giving away stuff like, I think Coach Rob or Justin. Coach Rob, I think, gifted 5 memberships last night, or maybe it was Justin. I know someone did. Was very grateful, and I got so distracted. So I will give away 5 memberships today. So if you're not a member, tonight might be a great night to stick around, even though it's a late one. And shout out to the double duty crew, the double D. Those of you that were at Canucks After Dark. Parker and I had a great show just now. We missed the show last week because he was traveling in New Zealand, and he's back. And then we joked around how his red face matched my red background. I didn't wear the red jersey for that show, but it would be too much red. But it was great to hang out with Parker. And thank you to all of you who were actually at that show tonight, and indeed joining the double D, the double duty crew. Shout out to you. Really, really appreciate all of you. Busy day for me. We talk about the 2 games, of course, watch both of them. In between, I did some Zoom chats. I also was with Rev Trev on his post-game show, did Canucks After Dark, and now I'm here. So sorry for the technical gaffe at the start, but I was doing okay up until now. Starting to hit me a little bit because this is my 3rd show, and I also did 3 Zoom chats as well, but certainly all worth it as we continue to build this channel. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thank you for your support as always. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, lower mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all 3. But the fact that you are here with me, know how much I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. And that's right. It's triple duty. Shout out to those of you who are on the trip, who did triple duty today. You watched, not because of me, but you watched me with Rev Trev today. Then I was with Parker, Canucks After Dark, and now my own show. If it's if you're doing all 3, that is amazing, and no problem. Swerve and Irvin, you do what you need to do. Your rest is more important than watching me, even though I know sometimes I help you fall asleep in a good way. So this is how you get involved. Not just you, but everyone can get involved tonight. Subscribe to the channel, get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos every single day or when I post them. You can like the video, like the fact that Team Canada is playing against the US on Thursday night in the final, like the fact that we had a long weekend, like the fact that we're together and we're continuing to build a wonderful channel, and like the fact that Rick Tocchet is the last sole Canuck standing, given that PD's team lost and Lankinen's team, well, PD's team won tonight, but they didn't make the final, and Lankinen's team lost today because of the Team Canada snipers. And I'll talk about that in a couple of seconds. You can leave a donation. Get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Nice to see you, Rev Trev. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for having me on your show. Everyone knows that Trevor is doing some really, really great stuff. So make sure that you don't have to. We can't force you to do anything, but would appreciate it if you if you supported Trev in all that he's doing. He's building his channel and doing it the right way. Oh, interesting. So I guess Alfred bought his own membership. I always assumed that you were member all the time. Maybe it was a combination of you buying, you gifting. Doesn't matter. You're back, and that's the most important thing. By hook or by crook. And I'm not calling you a crook, and I'm not giving you the hook or the book. And you're a good look. Okay, enough. Welcome, SkyTrain Alfred, back to franchise membership. He doesn't, he probably would have received one of the free franchise memberships that I'm going to give out in about 15 or 20 minutes, but he doesn't wait. He buys himself his own membership. So thank you, Alfred. Good to have you back on this as part of the community, even though you're always part of the community. Actually, Rome makes a really good point. There's quadruple duty. There's Nothing is Perfect, Russell, doing great work. There's Rev Trev, doing great work. There's Canucks After Dark, doing great work. And there's Canuck Clay, doing great work. And those, I'd say these are the, quote, non-professionals. These are the non-professional streamers, although we like to think that we try and be as professional, do a professional job as we can. But yeah, that's not including Canucks Army and Rink Wide and whoever else does. I don't think Sick Harrison Price do post-game show, no, and nor do Donnie and Dolly. But there's a lot of great content creators. So I know I can speak for Russell, for Parker, and for Trevor. Say the fact that you choose us amidst some of your viewing habits and viewing activity. We appreciate you very much. I love it. He just announced it himself. SkyTrain Alfred is back as a member. And then Justin is asking, does that count as an upgrade? Well, technically, joining me and this community should always be an upgrade. But in all seriousness, no. To go from no membership to franchise, even though he's been a former member, I know upgrades are harder to obtain in the high five scheme of things. But no, it counts as a new membership. But at least we get the new membership of the high five out of the way. And with all those ookie rhyming words, Isaac says, by those rhymes, I'm shook. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. By the way, before I get into tonight's game, just put a 1 in the chat. Remember when I used to do that? I don't know why. It's just a silly thing. Put a 1 in the chat if you were around back in the day when I was ending my streams with a freestyle rap, usually provided to me by Dexter Geddes. Okay, I know that's a bit of a pull, but put a 1 in the chat if you're around back in the day, a few years ago, when I would end my, I'm not saying I'm going to do this anymore. That's why I had the bad jokes. But when I used to end my streams with a rap provided to me by Dexter. Yes, put a 1 in the chat. You're basically acknowledging, and I'm acknowledging you as an OG of this channel. Lanky says lame. Well, nice to see you too there, buddy. No, just kidding. That's fine. You can say whatever you want. They were pretty lame, actually. But I thought it was pretty good. Blame him. Dexter was the one writing them. What happened to Dex? We're still friends on Instagram, so I see that he's doing well. I think he celebrated Valentine's with his lovely girlfriend. Can't remember the name. But yeah, I think he's doing well. I should reach out to him. Makes sense. It's only the mods. Yeah, well, they've been around for a long time for sure. So, Team Canada is in the final by virtue of their regulation win against Finland this morning. And who knows? No, I don't. I think if Finland and Canada had gone to extra time, it wouldn't have changed the way that U.S. played, because you can only do so much when a third of your team is hurt. No, I felt like it though. But Sweden already won in regulation, so they would have been even more motivated to win in regulation if Canada and Finland went to extra time, because then that just shows how I like the way that how the scoring system made everything turn out. If Finland had scored that tying goal to send it to extra time, and Sweden won tonight in regulation like they did, then believe it or not, it would have been Sweden in the final against the U.S. on Thursday. Think about Mitch Marner's goal. We talked about this in Canucks After Dark. Think about Mitch Marner's goal 6 minutes into overtime on Wednesday night when Canada beat Sweden. If we don't win that game, if Sweden won that game and then everything else happened the way it happened, then Sweden would be in the final against the U.S. So as it turns out, U.S. has 6 points with their 2 regulation wins and 1 regulation loss. Canada has 5 points by virtue of 1 win in regulation today. and then 1 win in extra time against Sweden, and 1 outright loss. So they have 5. Sweden also had 5. 1 win in regulation today against the US, and then 1 win in they had 2 extra time losses. So that's how they got their 5 points. But because Canada beat Sweden in the very first game of the tournament, that's why we win the tiebreaker. Finland only has 2 points, 2 extra time losses, no regulation wins. Sorry, Finland has 1 extra time win over Sweden, and then regulation losses against Canada and the US. So USA with 6, Canada with 5, get the tiebreaker over Sweden with 5, and then Finland with only 2 points. So that's how the final standings, play out. And actually, I'm going to end this poll question because I got 2 more nights to ask you how you're feeling about the game. On Wednesday night, I'll ask you who's actually going to win the game. But today I said, how are you feeling about Thursday night's game? 70% of you saying pumped, 18% of you saying nervous, 7% say, I don't care. Wow, that's strong. And 3% said, I don't know how to feel. Kyle says, kind of played out how we all expected. Well, we'll see. We'll see when I wrap up the pool on Thursday night as well. Here's this is the question I'm going to ask right now. Would you like to see the NHL adopt the 3-2-1-0 scoring system? And it's just yes or no. So right now, the way it worked was a regulation win was 3 points. A win in extra time, so in the NHL's case, overtime or shootout would be 2 points. An overtime or extra time shootout loss would be 1 point, and a regulation loss would be 0. And the whole thought is that every game is worth the same amount of points, 3 points. Right now, we have this weird system where if you win in regulation, you get 2, the other team gets 0. But if you win in overtime or shootout, you get 2, and then the losing team gets 1. So some games are worth 3 points, which is aggravating when it's 2 divisional teams that you're trying to chase. And some games are worth only 2 points. So that's the nuance of this 3-point scoring system, is every game is worth 3 points. And then you'll see, depending on where you're on the standings, if you need that extra point, I'm going to change this light here. You could see actually teams really going for it in regulation, as opposed to letting the game get to extra time. So, Alfred says, I would only vote for that if they go back to 1-827-3645. I don't get it. What does one have to do with the other, Alfred? I'm not being sarcastic. I want to know why you wanted to go with that, but that is totally a fair comment. Okay, guys, I'm going to do a quick show tonight, probably about 40 minutes or so, because this is my 3rd show of the day, plus those 3 Zoom chats. So in essence, I've done 6 of these type of things, which I enjoy doing. Don't get me wrong, but let's really quickly go over the Canada game. And as always, we use the Sedgevy, the Clay Edge Goal Visualizer commentary. I don't know why we put that last C at the end, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over these goals really quickly, thanks to courtesy of NHL.com. And I know I get a little choppy when I share the screen, but it's more important that you look at the screen and not really look at me. So the first goal, Connor McDavid, 4 minutes in. Let's take a look at at the blue line, curls in, doesn't have a crank, and he's beautiful shot, posting in far side again. And we see it right here. McDavid, brutal giveaway. McDavid stops it right at the line, goes in, nothing doing, comes back. Now there's more guys in the mix. And now Lankinen's got 3 guys in front of him as McKinnon. And this is 5 minutes into, it's crazy. It's only 40 seconds later, 5-minute mark. And this was a nice rush play here. And what you'll see is the play starts in the defensive zone. Very, very quick breakaway, mini breakaway, and he puts it past Lankinen 2-0. So I kind of felt bad that Lankinen was getting lit up, but not really, because I'm cheering for Canada. It's not the Canucks. And he just got scored on by McDavid and McKinnon. Well, we'll add Braden Point to that list. This is a beautiful goal by Point. Takes the shot, and then what you see is you can't see it on here, but Point does a brilliant play, plays it off of his skate to his stick on the backhand, and now it's 3-0, and that's how the period ends. Second period, McKinnon, thrill for him. He gets a goal off a primary assist from his mentor and his father figure, and then McKinnon puts it past Kevin Lankinen, and that in essence ended Kevin Lankinen's day. Oh, my voice is lagging too. Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. Oh, okay. So maybe this Go Visualizer isn't working with the. So I'm gonna stop sharing and whoop, there's my messy desktop. So is my voice better now? Let me know if I don't want you to sit through a lagging voice. Then the 3 Finland goals. The 3 Finland goals is, I'm not blaming Binnington. I'm really not, because if you watch the 3 Finland goals, and I won't show you them because I don't want the thing to crack on me again. The first one, Esa Lindell, is a giveaway. Actually, all 3 goals were characterized by Team Canada giveaways in their zone. The first one is Lindell snaps a beautiful shot past Binnington after some pressure on Sanheim, and I think it was Hagel, but it was basically the Marchand line. So that Marchand line, then that was Bennett and I'm missing some guy. Oh, Canuck. So Lindell, beautiful shot, and now it's 4-1. Remember, Canada needs to win in regulation, so I'm feeling okay. I was feeling okay. Thanks, you guys, for letting me know that it's better now. So I got to figure out what. Actually, when I usually do the Go Visualizer, it doesn't hang up on me. I use a different browser today. I'll fix that. Then, 5 minutes later, some more scrambling play by Team Canada, and then Binnington in the scramble loses his stick, and then Granlund gets the puck from line A and shoots it through the 5-hole, because what's the most exposed place when you don't have a stick? Well, basically everything, because you can't do anything. But yeah, you can't cover up the 5-hole, so Granlund puts it there. And now it's 4-2. You say, okay, there's only 100 seconds left. We'll be okay. But just 23 seconds later, more scrambly play in the Canadian zone. And then Granlund does a beautiful shot over Binnington, bar down, and now it's 4-3. Now we're all nervous knowing this whole Canada needs to win in regulation. And then I detailed this play on Canucks After Dark. Finland had a gripe that there was a missed icing call. It was a clear by a Canadian defenseman up to Crosby against the boards right in front of the linesman. Crosby did not make contact with the puck, but the linesman waved off icing. And a couple of people pointed out to me that it's probably not because they thought that Finland could have made a play. It's because the defender decided to engage Crosby as opposed to make a play on the puck. So because of that physical play, the linesman immediately called off the icing, despite what Saros and the Finnish defenseman thought. So the Finnish team brings the puck out, do a cross ice pass to Granlund, who gets leveled by a flying body check, a flying body press for those of you that watch wrestling by Crosby. Reinhart then quickly reactionary flips the puck to Crosby, who then bats it down with his glove and then shoots from center all in one motion, sealing the game with 1 minute left. Understandably, Finland was upset. Understandably, they think they have all the momentum, scoring 3 goals in the last 5 minutes, including 2 in the last 23 seconds. And it's a bit of a stretch. It's a bit of a leap to say, well, if it was icing, then they'll score in the last minute. But of course, Finland needs to believe that because of the momentum that they did have, and that they're playing do or die, just like Team Canada was. But it was all for naught because the icing did not stand. They didn't call it. And then a few seconds later, Sidney Crosby seals the game. Not being biased and not being a homer, but what can you do? The officials decided not to call it at the time. Now, a couple things that I'll say before I do my mid-show sponsor read, give away a couple memberships, and then turn it over to you for the last 15 to 20 minutes. And both of the 3 things I'm going to say real quick. Number 1, Canadian goaltending. Yes, I've said this on both my shows. I'll take Connor Hellebuyck over Jordan Binnington 100 times out of 100. But our guy is Binnington. You're not putting Aiden Hill in cold after not playing any tournament games. This will be Binnington's game to win or lose, at least from a goaltending perspective. I have no problem with that. Binnington's just got to make the saves he needs to make. And I don't fault him on any of the 3 goals today. I really don't. I think they're defensive breakdowns where he didn't have much of a shot. Number 2, U.S. goaltending. Connor Hellebuyck. He's pretty good. So Canada's going to have to get him moving side to side. That's the only way you're going to beat him. You're not going to beat him from point blank shots that he sees. He's just too good. He's too fundamentally sound. And number 3, the biggest thing we got to talk about is this Team USA. Well, actually 2 more things. Team USA's health. Matthews didn't play tonight. Matthew Tkachuk didn't play tonight. Brady Tkachuk got hurt during the game. Charlie McAvoy didn't play, and apparently he had treatment in a hospital for an upper body injury. So USA could, and then Ottinger played because they wanted to rest Hellebuyck. That makes sense. No injury there. So USA could conceivably be playing without Quinn Hughes, no Charlie McAvoy on the back end, and then Tkachuk brothers and Austin Matthews. What a big blow that would be if that's the case. I'm sure we're going to be hearing more about it. We're going to be hearing more about it over the next 2 days. So there we go. Finally, Team Canada line changes. They changed everything. They put Point with McDavid instead of Marner, more speed, and then they kept Stone up there with the great hockey IQ and great hands. So it's Stone, McDavid, and Point. Then you had McDavid, Crosby, and McKinnon, and then they put Reinhart with them. I think they kept him there. Then your third line now was Marner with the 2 remaining Tampa guys, Cirelli and Hagel, and then the fourth line of Bennett, Marchand, and Konechny. I think, and then D was Makar, who came back. Makar with Taves, Morrissey with Parayko, and then Sanheim with Doughty. I expect that's going to be the exact same lineup that they will have for Thursday night. The big rematch against Team USA. And last point I would make, then I'll do my Mitchell sponsor read, and then I'll turn it over to you guys, is much like the Montreal crowd was awesome for Canada the last couple games, we're going to see what the U.S. does, how they feed off the Boston crowd, which is going to be just as rabid as the Montreal crowd has been. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Thursday night, 5 p.m., probably puck drop will be around 5:10, 5:15. I can't wait, and it sounds like most of you can't wait either. Okay, let's go to my Mitchell sponsor read, and I always start off by thanking Jason Lim. No, before I do that, I will do that, and then I'll do my membership gift. So we always start off by thanking Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the Greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Thank you to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. You can check him out at coachpatrickliu.com/clay and receive a free 5-day workout when you do so. Thank you to Gassy Jet Art, maker of that fine artwork. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. I really appreciate your support that way. And don't forget ways that you can get involved in the show. You can subscribe. You can like the video. You can leave a donation. You can gift a membership. Buy your own membership, like Skytrain Alpha has done. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Also, don't forget my shows this week are Tuesday, Wednesday, pretty easy to remember. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all at 11 p.m. Those are my shows this week. No member streams, but be forewarned, and I'll say this every time, I'm not streaming Sunday night, Monday night, or Tuesday night of next week. Sunday night, Monday night, I'll be in Vegas. Tuesday night, we'll be doing Canucks After Dark, and then I will not be doing a show after that. It'll be too tight given that I have to go to my church on Tuesday night. So once again, shows this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 11, and then no shows next week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So after this Thursday, my next show will be Wednesday, of the following week. And then Thursday likely will be a members stream, but I'll confirm all of that with you sometime next week. Okay. Thanks for listening to all of that. Before I get to all of your questions and comments, I'm going to give away 5 memberships right here, right now. Here we go. So let's give some love to Canuck Clay in the chat for gifting 5 franchise memberships. They go to Chris on Canucks. Welcome back, Chris. Glad to have you as a member. So that shows that you can actually be a moderator, which Chris is, because he was a original Hall of Fame member without being a member. So Chris, glad to have you back as a member as well. Same to you, Ann, Jack, Bryn, and Sophie. Some new names there, at least in Bryn and Sophie, as far as I know. So really appreciate you guys being here. And welcome to franchise membership for the next month. No, Coach Rob, I see 5. I see 5 there for sure. So I'm glad to have you guys as part of the franchise membership. Open, not a challenge, but invitation to anyone else who wants to gift memberships. Donations are great, mind you. Donations are great. Everything is great. I don't do it for the donations like subs or memberships, but they're a wonderful byproduct. But if you are thinking of donating, I always push people to consider donating, gifting memberships, because not only is it a donation, but it also gives someone franchise membership for a month. Okay. All right. Let's go. 15 minutes of your questions and comments. It can be about the games today. It can be about lighting up Lankinen, Rick Tocchet, Pettersson not really doing much, injuries to the U.S., whatever you want. Let's go. I will highlight some of your questions. Are the players from Sweden and Finland allowed to return to their NHL teams tomorrow? Yes. That's my guess. I don't know for sure, but I see no reason it would be why they would have to stay just for the gold medal game, which they're not part of. I think they'll probably be on their way back to their respective teams. Do I imagine a similar start? No. I think there's going to be more hitting, and it's going to be just as intense, but without the fights, especially if the Canucks aren't playing. Do you think performance of the Canucks personnel has been disappointing this far? Well, Rick Tocchet, hard to argue with. He's in the final. Lankinen, I thought he was good for the game 2. I didn't think he was good today, but he didn't have much help. And then Pettersson, I thought was a bit of a no-show. So disappointing. Yeah, that's a bit of a strong word, but I'd say more Pettersson than Lankinen for sure. Do people have plans to get together to watch the game? Yeah, I wonder what everyone's doing. I know I'm rushing. I'm speaking at a retreat in Surrey, so I'm rushing back to try and watch the game. Welcome back, Chris. The panel raved about Taves and McCart, the intermissions. Would you say Hronek is at the level already? If not, which D in the league you think would make a great Taves to Quinn? No, I don't think Hronek is there just yet. Someone, I'm trying to think of right shot guys. Doughty in his prime would have been awesome for Quinn. Yeah, like if you're not worried about handedness, I like guys like Pietrangelo. I like Shea Theodore. Doughty again in his prime. I liked Hedman in his prime. Trying to think of other defensemen. Any of Heiskanen or Dahlin or Fox. Yeah, Fox is a righty. Maybe he would be a great Taves to Quinn. So I don't think Hronek is at that level already, but he doesn't have to be. He just got to play really, really good as he's been doing. No, I'm not surprised. Edmund, I don't think a lot of GMs were doing a lot, quite frankly, during at least the first week of this Four Nations. Maybe it picks up a little bit. Total respect for Brad Marchand ahead of the coming drama Thursday in Boston. He'll be fighting for Canada in his home arena for Canada as his team and anthem are booed. He forever has my respect. Yeah, that's a great point. And Parker and I were talking about that a lot on Canucks After Dark, that Marchand, like Swayman's playing for Team USA, but that doesn't really count because he won't be playing. So yeah, I'll be cheering for him super loud. By the way, thank you, Honorable James Moore. If you saw Offside, the national account that has 300,000 followers on Instagram, they actually reshared my tweet today about Miller and Pedersen in the face-off circle, and I basically took a picture of my TV saying, I can report that nothing happened basically during this face-off, and then whatever. It was a mean nothing tweet because those two guys didn't do anything against each other all game, but Offside picked it up and they shared it on their Instagram account, which was pretty cool. Okay, back to your questions. Thank you, Honorable James Moore, for that comment. The reason why I put in that condition for 3-2-1 because it's more rewarding points wise and it better incentivizes teams with the best record to have home ice advantage. Oh, I see what you mean. I think no matter what, it would incentivize a team to try and win the game because you want, whether it's the 1-8-2-7-3-6-4-5 or the divisional standings, you want to finish as high as you can in the standings. So I would disagree is too strong of a word. I see your point. I just don't think that the 1-8-2-7, that change in standings, I don't think it makes a difference in the motivation to win 3 points versus 2. But that's just my opinion. But I hear what you're saying, Alfred, for sure. Yeah, Dan, Pastor Dan, I heard you talking about a watch party at the Hollywood Theater. I didn't know that. And what day the Four Nations tournament impact the NHL trade deadline, particularly when star players communicate to GMs who they have good chemistry with? Not a lot. Adrian, these GMs, these scouts, they know everything, coaches, they know everything about everyone already. And it might be a small selling point. Oh, yeah, look how well he played with him. But I think these guys know that kind of stuff already, quite frankly. Good question, though. Hey, Harry. Nice to see you again. We had our 1-on-1 today. I don't think it'll be high scoring. I think Canada is going to squeak out a 3-2 victory. I almost had my 4-2 victory until Finland started going crazy and it ended up being 5-3. So I'll go 3-2, but that might change before Thursday, admittedly. Well, it's free at the Hollywood Theater. Good to know. Which assistant coach for the Canucks do you think will run practice? Probably Foote, Adam Foote. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad to have you here, Sophie. 2E, Sophie. Who would you have chosen for the Canada goalies? Yeah, and I'm trying to take out my bias that Binnington has played good enough. I would have gone Logan Thompson. I probably would have gone Binnington and Hill, to be honest with you. Yeah, like Skinner. I think I'd put Thompson in instead of Montembeault and Thompson even starting. Who do you think will score the first goal? Well, it's been McDavid the last 2 games, right? Has it been McDavid all 3 games? No, it was McKinnon. I'll go McDavid again, Cindy. Marchand get traded to the Canucks on the Four Nations final day. That'd be a reason for an emergency episode for sure. They're still after Lindgren? Ron Lindgren? Oh, Sarah, yeah, you saw Offside reposting my tweet. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Most disappointing team? I think Sweden more than Finland, but then Sweden also finished with 5 points where Finland only had 2. So by a standings perspective, Finland, Sweden, they lost, I guess, their 2 losses are both in extra time. So no regulation losses, but they only won 1 game. Maybe I kind of biased because I wanted PD to do more. The 4 jerseys, I've been staring at them for the past week and I can't even rank them, Isaac, because I don't really notice. Yeah, maybe Finland is the most boring to me. Maybe Canada, Sweden, USA. We'll go with that. Finland. Hey, Simon, they're going to evaluate these players for the next year. So every game is important. Yeah. That's how they're going to take as much time as they need to pick their team. A. Schinder would be a great right side prospect. Okay, I don't even know who that is, but I'm going to trust you, Chris, for sure. Pastor Dan, you can just come to my house. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding, but I think I might be arriving a little bit late. My pick for MVP was Crosby. In the pool, it was Crosby. Yeah, I had McKinnon leading in points, and then Crosby as my MVP. BC says 4-2 USA. Who will score the game-winning goal? Got to go Crosby, right? Oh, Hollywood. Then what did I say? Somewhere else then. Finland have 3 points. Oh, did I say 2? Finland lost to the U.S. in regulation. Lost. No, they only have 2 because they beat Sweden in overtime. So that's 2. And they lost outright to Canada and U.S. I think they only have 2 points. Yeah, Justin there. Thank you, Justin. With Lindgren of course, but Rangers won't do that. Gerald, 3-2 Canada. Yes, USA 6, Canada, Sweden 5, but we have the tiebreaker of Finland 2. For the pool, Sweden is 3rd and Finland is 4th because Sweden has 5 points, Finland has 2. Would I put Bedard on the 2026 team? I think a better way of answering is I think he'll make it to the 2026 team. Odds are McDavid gets the winner. Maybe. Stan's Pizza. Thank you, Erwin. Good recommendation. Harry says 5-3 with McDavid opening goal. Sweden is the only team unbeaten in regulation. That's true. But they've only won 1 game, which is crazy. I can't use monthly membership chat on here, but it shows on the option. Yeah, someone told me, Harry, that you got to wait a full month before you use it. And because you just rejoined recently, I don't know. I don't know what the rule is, to be honest with you. But no need. Just type in your chat as you just did. Oh, Schneider. Schneider would be great. Schneider would be great. Oh, and Lanky is saying Hollywood Theater is not shut down. I have no clue. I barely get out of Steve. No, actually, I do get around Lower Mainland a lot for work, but I don't know the theater scene. Where is everyone watching the game on Thursday? I'm going to be booting home from White Rock to watch the game. Oh, yeah, the tunnel traffic. Oh, maybe I'll have to end my speaking session early. Are you wondering what the Canucks will do with Brock Besser as the trade deadline is coming soon? I'm curious. I'm not losing sleep over it, but I'm curious to see what happens. If they don't think they're going to extend him, I think you do got to trade him. Either 3-2 Canada, Crosby turns back the clock with the overtime game-winning goal, or USA wins with JT Miller game-winning goal just for the chatter afterward in Canucks land. That would be fun. Miller and by the way, everyone in the pool, Miller and Pettersson both finish with 0 points, so no one gets any points out of that. Matthew will score the winning goal. Okay. Pettersson needed top line players and he got them and didn't do anything really. So the question is, what do you do with this guy? Do you think Pettersson needs to be traded? Yeah, perhaps. I don't think they will. I just don't think they will. But I will say this: I wanted him to perform, but then he was playing against not only with the best players, but against the best players in the world. But you do want him to step up, and how else? There's no better motivator than playing against the best players in the world. So I was disappointed in his performance for sure. Matthews from the great state of California. I'll be at floor hockey practice at 5:30. We'll miss most of the game, but hopefully we win. No, I did not see this rumor, but I'm gonna have to look it up as soon as my show's over. Lindgren for Susie. I would do it. Would the Rangers do it though? From home in Burnaby, in Victoria, living room with Charlie and Coach Rob. Awesome. I'll be at home in Nanaimo. Was the PD JTM just for round robin? It was, and I put specifically on the form that it was round robin only. Among current players, top 10. Yeah, you just see how good he is, best on best. Yeah, I put McDavid and McKinnon ahead of Crosby right now, even maybe McCarr and Hughes, but you don't go much farther before you have Crosby's name. So top 10 for sure. Coach Rob making plans for Shannon, which is awesome. And the Canucks are no longer shopping PD. Yes, at least not for the current moment. Okay, friends, I think I'm going to end it here just because I had done a lot of shows today, but I will be back tomorrow. I'll be back Wednesday, so we'll hear more news about Canucks practice. We'll hear more news about the USA injuries. So we'll certainly have a lot to talk about over the next couple of days. Gerald is saying at a bar in Richmond. Yeah, that would be fun. I think I need to. You guys can go. I need to be home though. I got to prepare for my trip because I leave for Vegas the next day. Okay, friends, you guys are awesome. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's the legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Harry Maul, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame franchise members. Thank you for your support, and thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. You can definitely subscribe, like the video, and leave a donation on your way out. Thank you to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach, and thanks to everyone who went above and beyond. That was Skytrain Alfred buying himself a new membership, and that was Canuck Clay for gifting 5 memberships tonight. Don't forget, my shows this week, Tuesday night at 11, Wednesday night at 11, Thursday night at 11. Pretty easy to remember. And yeah, tomorrow the Canucks return to practice, and we'll hear some more stuff coming from the Four Nations. So we should have plenty to talk about tonight. And don't forget to rate the bad joke on the way out. Thanks you guys for being here. Really appreciate you. For those of you that had one-on-one chats today, I hope you enjoyed those. And I'll be posting my membership Ask Me Anything, members Ask Me Anything, in about half an hour. So you can watch that before you go to bed, or look for it first thing in the morning if you are one of our 90 members on this channel. You guys are awesome. I'm awesome. Team Canada is awesome. Can't wait for Thursday night. We still have 2 more nights to talk about. All right. Okay. Stay safe. Adrian, I will wear this jersey. No, I won't. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. By the way, did you know why you can't hear a psychiatrist using the bathroom? Yes. Why can't you hear when a psychiatrist is using the bathroom? Because the P is silent. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.